I feel like we need some background music playing, Sue.
Yeah, well, I believe we are live, so I think we can start talking. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Good News, live on Facebook and available later on our YouTube channel. Please be sure to comment in the chat. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. I'm Suzan Maxey, and the person in the other square is
Kerri Van. I think our graphic is still up, so they can't see the fact that
they can't see.
They can't see the fact that I'm wearing half of my witch's makeup today. So I apologize to that, and please don't say I don't look any different.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I'll show you my eyes. There's my.
Ooh. Very witchy looking.
Yes, but not very witchy acting, but only in a good way. So I am Kerri Van. I work at the church. Wow, it's been busy and crazy. I'm the communications manager, so all those emails and notifications you get are from me, and they are all done with good intent. So how are you all doing? Good morning, Bob Ando, Ken Woods, Judy Hatch, Sandy Sauerbeck. Good thing she's watching because she's going to be our guest next week. Judy Hatch and Kathy Hollowell. My partner in crime, me and Kathy Hollowell had our last pre-trunk or treat conversation yesterday. So we're going to do the same concept that you and I have, Sue, the Elsa, Frozen. Let it go. It's all going to be fine. It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be awesome.
Weather's going to be amazing. Good morning, Kathy. Let's see. Let's go through our announcements so we can get, hi, Barry and Margot, so that we can get to talking to our guest today.
Absolutely.
All right. So in October, the deacons put together 160 lunches for ChristNet.
Wow.
Delivered them to their new location, their new warming center, which is great. They have an on-site area where lunches can actually be made there. We might take advantage of that soon. The deacons are looking to adopt some more lunch dates in November. We can only do this through your good donations. So thank you so much to everyone who donates to the deacons and for ChristNet. Let's see what else is going on. In our food pantry news, we are still collecting the big food items that are on our shopping list. Our Amazon shopping list is easy because you just choose what you'd like to buy, ship it to the APBC pantry, and it goes right to a private residence, and that means we can have delivery 7 days a week. Here's what we're going to be collecting for the food pantry and ChristNet in November. Single hairbrushes, not kits, just one hairbrush, Pop-Tarts, and canned Vienna sausages with the pop lid. What a weird assortment of stuff, right, Sue?
Yeah.
But, hi Judy Sutherland, it's all very useful items for sure. So.
And how can people get to this Amazon shopping list?
Well, you have to look for the 40 million notifications that I've sent you.
That's all? Just 40 million?
40 million.
40 million
in the weekly email that I send out that has the hearts that says bulletin, news, and calendar, if you scroll down to the calendar section, I always put a blurb updating the food pantry shopping list, what the needs are, what's going on. So it's always in that calendar, which I hope you have found helpful because we have so much going on.
Great,
but there's always
going on again.
Right. So I'll share it on different social media, but you can always catch it on that weekly email. If you're not getting our email, you can sign up on our web page. Right on the home page, there's a button you click. It's not scary. Good morning, Judy Martin. Getting ready to drive around my trunk or treat decorations. Judy Martin and God have been on my side this morning. God, because he has rewarded.
Hopefully he's on your side every day.
Yes, God is on my side every day, but especially today because I needed, me, live by the seat of my pants, last minute, busy. Everything I needed was at the bottom of my stairs because I was lazy and I did not take my trunk or treat stuff out of my car for a few months after the last drive-through we did. and it was all right there. And Judy Martin, knowing that I don't do adulting the best sometimes, I'm going to Judy Martin's house. She's going to help me with my trunk. So
Ah,
I'm so excited. I'm going to be passing out candy with my granddaughter tonight.
cool.
So she'll be pretty and I'll be the witch. So what else is going on for our announcement, Sue, before we get our guest?
Well, next
Hi,
Wednesday, November 2nd from 6 to 7, in our sanctuary is going to be yoga and prayer, and it's going to be led by Sarah Zalay, one of our young adults that grew up in the church.
Oh, just her voice alone is so soothing. I shared a video and it's just listening to her just relaxes you alone. So that is a free one-time event. Um, if it becomes something very popular, which it could be, maybe we could get Sarah to do it again or have other guest yoga leaders. So please show up and be very enthusiastic. Oh, good. Andrea Seablum is watching because I have to call her out on something fun in a few minutes.
Ah,
Um, all right, I'm also just do it right now. Um, Even though I'm skipping around, Sue, so
good
make
time
sure.
like the present.
All right, I'm skipping around. I'm sorry. I know Andrea Seablum probably remembers this. Do you remember when you went to youth group or youth fellowship, the bus used to come pick you up in the middle of the night, drag you out of your warm bed, stick you on the bus, and take you on an adventure where you had no idea where you were going? We are doing that again, but we're telling you where we're going. Um,
Not a surprise.
It's not a surprise. One-day trip to Camp Wakanda. It's not just for youth. Anybody who feels like going, transportation is included. Get to go up on the church vehicles. They obviously have to feed you because you're going to be there for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And it wouldn't be a bonfire or a campfire without s'mores, right?
Yeah,
And I'm not
absolutely.
saying they're having them, but I'm not saying they're not. So they're going to do a little prep for, yep, Andrew Seablum says she absolutely remembers this. They were the best. They're going to pick people up, or you're going to come to the church. They're not going to do that picking up thing. That took all night.
Yeah.
Um, 5 o'clock in the morning, head to Wakanda, watch the sun come up, do some preparations to the sled hill, blow up the inner tubes, have some fun, play capture the flag. The space is limited. So I know everybody's been reading these reminders. Just sign up now. Do it. All right. What else we have going on, Sue?
Well, as we're talking about Camp Wakanda, we should probably mention the fundraiser that's happening.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. By now you should have received an email.
One of those 40 million, right?
One of those 40 million emails. One of our crafters who happens to also be a member and grew up in the church is Megan Hollowell. And if you look, Sue threw up a picture. She is selling at the craft fair, which I believe is her first time. And she has a little business called Light Up Your Life, Creations by Megan. And she makes custom made LED color changing lights that come with a remote control. So it's not the color you see. You can make it all kinds of colors. And she will have many for sale at the craft fair. But she has created 4 Camp Wakanda designs, which will be a fundraiser for Camp Wakanda. They're by pre-order only, so you can either download the order form, bring it to the church, contact Megan, order at the church, or order at the craft fair. And $10 from every one of these will go towards Camp Wakanda. So she sold 100, Camp would get $1,000. So it's going to be a real fun thing. I'm really thankful that the youth who grew up at the church and at the camp, they always give back. And that's the best part of church. Hi, Kevin Vaughn. Hi, Amy Bowerman. So look for that. And Sue, don't we have an exciting guest on November 11th?
We do. It will be whoever the vendors are available that are going to be on the 12th for the craft fair. So if you're watching and you're going to be a vendor, then please contact us so we can send you the Zoom link and we can have you on.
Right,
Those
because
that will not be able to, attend with us to our live Facebook event. They'll send in pictures and we'll, tell you who's coming and what they're bringing and that kind of stuff. So hopefully all the vendors will be represented, and we'll tell you who's coming and what kind of goodies they're going to have, just as a little sneak peek.
Yeah, so this is
That
a
will
first.
be the 11th, the day before the
Pretty
craft.
excited about that. Yes. So we should probably get our guest into the waiting room. We had a few announcements for November 6th. There's a fundraiser for Ellie Loth. We're keeping her family in our prayers. There's a fundraiser on that day on November 6th. We also set our clocks back. So that's going to be another great day in the life of our church. So Sue, do you want to introduce our guest today?
Our guest today is known by one and all, I believe. He has served on all three boards through the years, through the early 70s. He's currently a trustee. He's chairing the APPC Endowment, Financials, and Investments group. He's been a member of Tillers. He's been a church bus driver, a Camp Wakanda counselor. He assists with the APPC building maintenance. He's a past Cub Master with Scouts. He's an honorary lifetime member of Presbyterian Women and a church youth advisor. So he's been very involved over the years. So we would like to admit Don Graham.
All right, so we are bringing him in. Don Graham, everyone knows Don Graham.
Yeah, pretty much.
Always comes up to me and says, if there's anything you need, just let me know. And he 100% means it. So absolutely wonderful to have Don with us today. Welcome, Don.
Hey, Don.
Well, hello, everybody. Permission to
Hello.
come aboard.
Yay. Ken Wood said, good morning, Don. Everyone is saying good morning. Thank you for being here today.
Well, it's more than my pleasure. You know, it's just a delight to see not only the two of you, Suzan and Kerri, but to know that so many people are checking in on us and see what the heck is going on at Allen Park Presbyterian Church.
Absolutely.
Yes, we've gotten busy and gotten back to our normal doing things again. It's very exciting.
Oh, my goodness, I hope not.
Yes, and life is on the trustees keeps you busy with all the things that go on at the church. We just did a great announcement that Sue mentioned all the things that you've been doing since the early 70s. I should have brought you in so you could hear it, but I think you probably know what you've done, right, Don?
Oh, my goodness, I tell you what, it's a journey, as we all know. Life is wonderful. And to be part of the heart of Allen Park and the community, the region, the state, the whole United States, it's just a joy to be here at this little piece of property called Allen Park Presbyterian Church.
Absolutely. Andrea Seablum said that you and your late wife Judy were her first Wakanda counselors.
Oh my goodness, way back then. Oh my goodness.
How long have you been coming to the church, Don?
My wife and I came to Allen Park in the very early 70s. And ironically, you know, we're both Presbyterians and came across the Allen Park Presbyterian Church because it was only 5 blocks away. We lived on Thomas near Park Avenue and walked down one day. And my goodness, it was such a vibrant, youthful, well organized program with church, school, youth activities and things. And we, with a young child, about 1 year old, said, boy, this is for us, not only close by, but my goodness, this reminds us of us when we were a kid and we could be part of a youth fellowship and part of the music and part of a bunch of other things. It just suited us, it suited our fancies very, very well. So back in the early 70s, we start. And the story behind that was that one morning I was under the kitchen sink doing some plumbing work, by the way. And all of a sudden, a knock at the door. And my Judy says, my goodness, who the heck could that be? And she went to the door, and who was there but Wanzer Brunel? Coming in to say, listen, folks, we saw you at church the other day, and I just want to come down and give you a personal welcome. And come on and we enjoy if you'd come back once again. And we did and have been ever since. So how about that, huh?
Yep.
That's wonderful. Wow. How great. Yeah, you've been involved in so many activities at the church and the camp, youth, just mentoring and serving on boards. It's just a perfect example of what makes church a wonderful place to be involved with.
Well, I
Absolutely.
like that very much because, one of the hardest things in my life is when somebody asks me if I can help, it's hard for me to say no. And I have to simply just find a way to get everything in my life in order so that I can participate with other good people, especially the youth. They're very important to all of us, as you know.
Well, I mean, that's really wonderful to hear you say that because you're one, I was saying before you came on, you're one of those people that would come by me and say, if there's anything you need, just let me know. So, I mean, you take that commitment very seriously and have done so many behind the scenes and out in the open wonderful things. And I always encourage people, if you don't feel connected to something, please just reach out to one of us because we have so many things you can do. Right, Don? There's just so many things that you can do to be involved.
Well, you're absolutely right. And it's an individual choice and always has been. And sometimes it's nice to be part of an organization, a group, a gang. It could even be something in the way of, perhaps a women's association or a men's group or bowling this or a sports event that. And then you just kind of like stick together through life. And you cross paths with so many people with so many great ideas. And when they ask, what can I do? The answer is, come on over. When can you be here? And we'll take care of you. We will find not only a spot for you, but also a way that you can find some very wholesome work and so worthwhile. Oh my goodness, it just brings joy to your heart. And you don't need a pat on the back. I don't know of many people that really ask for that. They just want to be happy to participate and offer their skills, their talents. I remember one thing I tried to learn a long time ago, and somebody says, "Oh my goodness, Lord, how am I ever going to get that done? Can't you just give me a hand?" And I think he whispered in my ear and said something to the effect like, "Don, I already gave you the tools to do these things. Why don't you just get busy and do them?" And I said, okay. And off I went. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy because I think we all get overwhelmed sometimes, and I always bite off more than I can chew, but I love living that way. I think you're like that too. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. I love serving and loved working with youth and all the things I've done with the deacons. And it's wonderful to be involved with something. It's a good feeling. And I know all three of us are involved in a lot of things. So we hear what you're saying, Don. I hope everyone else is too. Was there one board over the other that well, that's a horrible question to ask. That you enjoyed being on more than the other, or did they all serve like a wonderful purpose?
Well, you are quite right. Of the 3 to 4 boards you might serve on in our church, to include a little bit in the financial area of gift giving and other things, the elders are so important because they really stick to the rule of law and govern the church and its people. And they do it in such a kind-hearted way and a thoughtful way, not only looking to the history of our church for guidance, but also with a bit of an eye to the future about what's coming along next. The deacons, oh my goodness, there aren't any more people with more of a giving heart and in a winning way. And let's lock arms and go along this path together. And they do so many things in the way of just plain mission work for not only our congregation, but for the community. And the trustees, oh boy, they just kind of look after the finances. Is it fun work? You bet it is. Is it worthy? All these boards are worthy. And the trustees just kind of like make sure that we're staying on track. So we're not getting too much money in the church or too few pennies in the bank. We just want to make sure we stay ahead. But we also look out to the future because, as you know, well, maybe you don't know, but we do have an endowment committee. I chair that this year as a member of the trustees. And it's so important to provide for not only this year and next year, but perhaps even looking out 10 years and make sure that we are wisely using the money that the good Lord has provided for us and use it wisely in our church. So I like all the boards. Each one is fun. Each one is interesting. Each one is so worthwhile.
Well, I'm sure Barry Davis and the nominating committee are, if they're watching, are going to be real happy to hear that maybe they'll record what you said because that's great advertisement. A couple of comments in the chat. Judy Martin said Don does a lot with our city and state organizations also. Elaine Doran, heartfelt. Good morning, Don. Don was such a great help redoing the fellowship bathroom in memory of my mother. Thank you. And I remember you did the same for me when I had to host Christ Night after the building was ravaged with floods and I had no idea how this was going to happen. And you said, I'll take care of it. And that was like a miracle. Like we could add that to the miracles in the Bible because I don't know how you did it, but so appreciated. So appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for those comments and I thank the gals who are listening in person for their kind words. And oh my goodness. Yeah, it's nice to get a little thank you very much and a pat on the back. But let me tell you, to serve others in this lifetime, to be a part of their lives, to make their load a little bit easier. And from time to time, just to do something that I might have the skills and they seem to ask, I am so pleased to just say yes and do my very best to get the job done and to their liking.
Yeah, and I think it's rather funny because if I would have said any of these comments to Don in person, he would have just casually walked away because he's not easy to compliment. But I did get you in trouble because Barry Davis said, Don, we are going to make you the poster boy for the nominating committee. Watch for that email.
Well, I have something to share with you here.
Okay.
Do you recognize this, Don? Do you recognize this one up here?
Well, I recognize a lot of those beautiful young children, my daughter included. My goodness. As you know, not only is she in school at the church right there, but she is now the director of the Allen Park Presbyterian Preschool Church.
Absolutely.
So her love for the children probably has always been in her heart, beginning way back when she was just a little kid. Yeah, but how nice to see that. That is a memory by all means. I'm not going to say what year that is. It looks like about maybe 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, I believe it's 1972. I don't know if you can read what the note.
I can. That's right. It reads, I am on the slide. Oh my goodness. And I like to play with dough. I like to play in the sand. I like to play in the kitchen. And I like to play with Nancy. How nice is that? Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta send Kerri this. How fun is that? Oh, she's in that room right now teaching kids.
Yep.
Probably having a Halloween party.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be fun, huh?
Yes, it would. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Sue. You always find the best stuff.
I try.
Yeah.
Hi, Pat. We'll see you tomorrow at Wade's Walk. I'll be there. All right. So Don, you've just been fun. I could do this for another hour.
I know.
Yeah, Kathy Hollowell said APPC preschool forever be in my heart. She's
Former
she
teacher.
was a former teacher, director as well. And Andrea Seablue, my granddaughter loves her, Miss Kerri.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just keep talking to you and asking you more and more and more, but time is always evading us, and I know that you have an important task tonight. You are helping Kathy Caldwell and I, if you have some insight on what we need to do for the trunk or treat.
I am so thankful to be asked to park some trucks and cars so that they can bring their tail end trucks and trunks to our trunk or treat. And that's later on today, as you know, beginning at 5 p.m., running to 7. So it gets a little dark about that time, right here in front of our church on Park Avenue. So be sure to join us today, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and bring all the little kids. Bring all those vampires and ghosts and princesses and goblins and don't forget, I'm going to have some warm chocolate cocoa for everybody to enjoy. So be sure to look me up and say hello, and also enjoy all of the trunk or treaters tonight, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here on Park Avenue.
All right, so Don, I'm so excited and in disbelief that we get to have the road closed. That's going to be so much safer and so much easier to do. Kathy told me that because I have a trunk, which I need to wash that car because I have a dirty car. If I should enter from the Cleveland way and that check in with you just so you know that I'm here and you'll tell me, hey, go park over there. And if
That
there's
sounds
any,
great. Mhm.
yeah, if there's any instructions or stuff like that, you'll let us know. So see Don, enter from Cleveland. It's going to be easy to park. You just pull into a parking spot. Hopefully nobody will be parked there when the road gets closed. But Don has a way of creating miracles and making that work for us. So I'm not worried, Kathy Hollowell. Swear.
Mhm.
There's also some other events that are happening this weekend too. The tonight after the trunk or treat is going to be the 10th Street Tuesday group is going to be down near the Elks Club.
Mhm.
And they're going to be performing from 7 to 10. So you can come for the trunk or treat and just stay all night.
Yes, because farmers market 3 to 7, trunk or
Yep.
treat 5 to 7. Right after, go on down. This is this band's last outdoor concert of the year,
Mhm.
and that's outside, of course. And that is, I think it's a fundraiser for the Elks too, for some of the food items that
I
they're
believe it. And
right.
then speaking of the Elks, the pumpkin patch, you can
Mhm.
see if you've been down Park Avenue, you can see the pumpkins already are there, and they're all decorated, and they have a special party for special needs people on Halloween, but everybody can come and enjoy and help out with that fundraiser as well. So
Mhm.
lots of stuff going on this weekend.
Oh my goodness,
Right.
might I add one more thing coming up in just a couple of
Absolutely.
weekends from now, just a couple
Yes,
of Saturdays? Our Women's
please.
Association Holiday Bazaar.
Ah,
So plan on Saturday, November the 12th, just a couple of weekends from now, 11 a.m. in the morning, come to the cafe for lunch.
absolutely.
20 to 3 p.m. and my goodness, homemade crafts, baked goods, door prizes. It's just great fun. So come on and enjoy the holiday craft fair with our Women's Association. Now I get to get a little bit of a editorial in here. As you know, I am honored to be a honorary lifetime member
Yes, you
of
are.
the Allen Park Presbyterian Women's Club Association. And you know what? It just pleases me to serve all of these great associations. And the ladies have been so gracious, so kind, so helpful to me and my family through the years. I just can't thank them enough. So I'll just say, I'm with you, Gales. I'm with you. Okay. Mhm.
And we're glad that you are too.
Yes, and I'm also a lifetime member, so it's great to be in that club with you, Don. Absolutely. Yeah, so the bake sale at the craft fair is the only fundraiser that the Presbyterian women have. So if you know how to bake brownies and you know how to make cookies and you're willing to help out, please do so because the bake sale runs out of baked goods. I mean, who doesn't love a bake sale, right? It goes fast. It goes fast, and it's their fundraiser so that they can use this money for their mission projects throughout the year. Sue, is the lunch proceeds after you pay for costs, does that also go towards mission? Is that how that works?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
The lunch that we have has started as mainly convenience for the vendors so that they didn't have to run out because most of these vendors are single people, they're there solo. And so, they can't be running out for an hour for lunch in the middle of the day. That's, the biggest time. So we started this cafe so that they could have some lunch. And then, of course, it's grown and the people coming would like the our famous croissant sandwiches that we seem to run out of every year. So we are trying not to run out this year. We really are. But yeah, you might want to come early if you want one. So
And that's another thing you can get involved in. You don't have to be a woman or a Presbyterian
Nope.
woman or anything along those lines. We need hospitality. We need people standing by the stairs and saying, the bathroom's over there. Can I help you
Yep.
find something? The whole entire building is going to be transformed into a craft fair. That's a lot of people, a lot of traffic
Oh,
from the
yeah.
community. So if you want to come and help serve things, work at the bake sale, or do cleaning, anything at all, we have a job for you. Please help. It's fun. Well,
Well,
my
as,
friends,
as time winds down, forgive me, Kerri and Suzanne, but if I may, thank you ever so much to you. And well, all those that are viewing live and those that may view in the future, thank you ever so much for inviting me to the good news at Allen Park Presbyterian Church, right here in the heart of Allen Park. And may I leave everybody with this thought. This is something I've tried to live by and work awful hard at it. You make a living by what you earn, but you make a life by what you give.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for sharing your time and talents with me.
oh, thank you, Don. Throw up some
you.
hearts for Don in the chat, please. Don, have a great day. I'm sure you probably have something to do in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you so much for being our guest today. Keep them hearts throwing up in the chat, not throwing up. And there we go. Don, thank you and have a wonderful day. Sue, do you want to take us out? Don already did the ending for us, so we're good.
Well, I actually have a scripture that kind of goes along with that. From Ecclesiastes, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the heaven.
Friends, have a great day in the Lord. Come and have fun. I have my witch's makeup on.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to dress up and have fun. Come and see us, even if you don't have a child. You can just come by and say hi. We don't mind. The weather's going to cooperate. It's a day to have fun. So, Don,
Don't we
you're
just love Ecclesiastes 3? My goodness, such a
Yes.
short book, but so many fine words. And I like to
Absolutely.
say that, well, these are the times of our lives and they are necessary. There's no question about that. But there's a time to reap and there's a time to sow. So
Yeah.
we will have our ups and our downs and our backs and our forth. But let me tell you, we're always going to be together again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone have a fantastic day. Don, you're welcome back anytime.
Absolutely.
Have a great day, everyone. We love you. So does God.
God loves you. So do we.
Bye, everyone.